All right, well, looks like the majority of participants has arrived, so we can go ahead and get started. Again, welcome everyone to this session of a coffee break with Mindjet. And we're going to take a look today at how to conquer email overload with Mind Manager version 9 for Windows. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to our host today. Wayne Chan is our product marketing manager here at Mindjet. Take it away, Wayne.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for joining me today. What I'd like to demonstrate for you today is how to use Mind Manager version 9 to manage your email and Outlook items more effectively. So what we're consistently hearing from you, our customers, is that the average employee is overwhelmed by information. In fact, we've seen statistics that claim we're being bombarded with approximately 1.6 gigabytes of info on average every day through emails, reports, meeting invites, websites, blogs, text messages, you name it. This overload of information is having a huge impact on our productivity, our team's productivity, and our organization's ability to innovate and get things done. In fact, here are some not-so-fun facts to help you better understand how real information overload really is and how the impact it's having on your organization like yours. So the cost of information overload to the U.S. economy was estimated at $997 billion in 2010. And as new technologies are introduced to help communicate information such as social media, this will only continue to trend upwards. This report that was published by Basics Research in December of 2010 also says that knowledge workers spend up to 50% of their day managing information, and 25% of information overload is attributed to just working through email overload. So the bottom line is information overload is an epidemic, and few people are immune to the growing problem. Fortunately, Mind Manager version 9 now offers new features designed to help you manage information overload more effectively. And specifically, what we're going to cover in today's demo is how Mind Manager's new Outlook integration will allow you to handle your email overload and Outlook information more effectively as well. Let me show you how that's done. So I'm going to pop over into my Mind Manager. And as you can see here, I have a map of a global training project. So let's say you're working on developing this program to develop a global training initiative for your company. This should be a familiar site for all of you. But as you're working through this project, you know you're going to be inundated with relevant emails, meeting invitations, tasks, and more, resulting in a lot of wasted time sifting through these emails and all this information that you need to try to successfully manage this project. Fortunately, Mind Manager 9 now offers an Outlook dashboarding capability that allows you to pull in context-relevant information from Outlook directly into your map. Let me show you how that works. So what I'm going to do is create several Outlook dashboards for all the tasks, meetings, and emails that are related to this global training program. Now, to do that, you just go into the Insert tab in Mind Manager and go to the Outlook Items button. And as you can see here, there's a number of predefined queries that come with Mind Manager out of the box. Now, for this, the purpose of this demo, I'm going to create a custom query, which you can do as well. Just go to New Outlook Query, and a pop-up window will appear where you can create a custom query. So for this query, I'm going to call this one Global Training Emails. So I'm going to pull out all the emails in my inbox that are related to this global training program. The second half of this window is all the logic that helps drive the query. So the subject contains is the keywords that we'll be searching on. So I'll search on training. Categories, I'll search all categories. For the date range, let's say this project started 3 weeks ago. So I'll search back to 21 days. And then I'll click OK. And as you can see here on the right side, as it's thinking, so what would happen here is the query that you just created would appear here on the right-hand side. And this is where all your Outlook queries are saved and stored. And as you create these queries, they will save. So even if you close your instance of Mind Manager, when you reopen, you'll have these queries in here for later use. So as you can see right here, I've created the query for global training emails, and all I do is drag and drop this into my project management dashboard. And giving it a few seconds, it will now query and pull in all the emails related to this program directly into the map. The benefit of this is now you don't have to switch context and jump back and forth from Outlook and Mind Manager to find related emails. You can manage all of this content directly from your map, kind of like a central dashboard. So now you have all the emails related to the global training program, and there's several things you can do. You can actually view the email within the topic notes of the map if you choose to do so. You can view any attachments to the email as well. And if you want to actually reply to the email, if you click here, you can print your email, and you can also open up the Outlook item that you're looking to get into. For this, it's a particular email, and I can actually reply, forward, and just interact with this email as I would in Outlook. So again, you're able to do all of this directly from the map rather than having to jump out of your map and in Outlook to perform these actions. Now, in the interest of time, I've already created a couple other queries, one for the tasks that I'm managing related to this program, and one for all the meetings and appointments that I have scheduled that are related to this program. So I'm just going to pull these in so you can see how it interacts and how it works. Now you have a dynamic connection with all of your Outlook items that are directly tied to this project, whether it's your emails, your meetings, your tasks, or even your contacts. You can pull all this information directly into directly into Mind Manager so that you can manage these Outlook items from a central view. And these are dynamic dashboards as well, so they're not static. If you want to refresh, let's say you have new meetings that are new tasks that are assigned to you or new meetings that are set up, all you do is click on this little Outlook icon, and you can sync your query. And it'll resync and pull in all the updated and latest information related to that specific query. Another great benefit of our Outlook dashboarding capability is the fact that it offers bi-directional integration. This means that you can also make changes to various Outlook items directly in the map and have those changes be reflected in Outlook. So for example, let's get into one of these meetings. And let's say you're in a planning meeting with your team, and you're walking through when to schedule the initial kickoff call. As you can see right here, this kickoff call is scheduled for March 9th at 8 a.m. And we've determined that we actually need to push this out to the 11th of March because we have some other prior commitments. All you do is double-click on the property, and you can change the meeting start and end date and time. Now, when I resync this with Outlook, the change will be reflected in Outlook. So let me pop back into Outlook. We'll let this sync up really quick. And as you can see, the meeting for the kickoff call, which is right here, has been moved to March 11th. Now, just notice that there's actually another meeting that we've scheduled for this time. So I'm going to actually change this meeting to the 15th. At 8 a.m. instead. So now I've changed this the meeting date and time in Outlook. And if I pop back into Mind Manager and I refresh, again, this will resync with Outlook. And that change that I made in Outlook will now be reflected in your queried information here in Mind Manager. You can also make changes to your tasks. So if you happen to use the task feature in Outlook to manage your daily tasks, this is a great way to keep track, just to manage your tasks on a daily basis and to make changes to your tasks as well. So let's say, again, you're having a team meeting and you're reviewing the status of various projects. And you've deemed that this project right here, the task to develop content, is actually a priority 2 now. And you've met with Jim, one of your team leads, and he has said that this project is actually completed. So now you can mark it complete and resync with Outlook. And if we pop back into Outlook and we take a look at my little task viewer here, you can see right here that the task has been changed to 100% completed. Now, let's say, in fact, it's not completed. It still needs one more round of reviews. So we really want to call this 90% completed. Again, if you make the change in Outlook and you go back to Mind Manager and sync up again, you will see this check mark turn back to a 90% completed. So that's just an illustration of the bidirectional integration between Mind Manager and Outlook. The last thing I want to show you is you can actually create new tasks and meetings directly in your map. So let's say, again, you're in this team meeting, and we're creating action items for the team members. So we have one task that's been assigned to me. I need to complete a training certification program. And then also, I need to also schedule a meeting with John to review the content of this program. Rather than popping out into Outlook to create this task and to create this meeting, I can simply right-click on the topic and go to Send to Microsoft Outlook as a task. And that'll automatically create an Outlook task for you to add further detail and then save to your Outlook. Same goes with the meeting. If I want to set up a meeting, I'm in my Outlook. I just right-click, go to Send to Microsoft Outlook as an appointment, and it'll automatically pop up the meeting invitation within Outlook so that I can complete the invitation and send it out. So as you can see, you can really use Mind Manager as your central dashboard to manage not only your project information, but also all your Outlook information, and allows you to be a lot more productive and efficient in the way you work with your emails and Outlook items. So that is all I have for you today as far as this demonstration to show you how to manage information overload.
It looks like we have a few questions, so let me go ahead and forward those to you. One preliminary question might be if you could kind of repeat the process to export a task from your map to someone in Outlook directly from your map.
Sure. So let me get back in the Mind Manager. So again, you're taking down action items during the meeting, and you've created a task. So let's call this task number 2. And all you do is you right-click for the menu option to pop up, and you go to Send To. And under the Send To option, you have a number of options. You can send as an Outlook task or send it as an Outlook appointment. And this is all you do. You just click on that, and then it'll automatically open up the task window for you to complete the task entry.
And then you can you assign that task there? Anyone in your Outlook address book, I'm sure, could probably be a recipient.
Correct. So this is now you're in Outlook. So you're basically just using the Outlook workflow. So then you just can click on Assign Task, and then you can you can add it. You can send it. So I'll assign it to Michelle Thurn and send out the task, and then it'll be added to her Outlook Task Manager.
Exactly. And for those of you who are asking if this works for Office 2010 and 2007, it is fully integrated. And just to expand further while Wayne is taking a look at the rest of the questions, he's just assigned a task to me. So I'll receive a heads up in my inbox and on my task list. If he had attached a note in my manager, I would see the note as well. If he attached a PDF or a Word doc, that would come over to me as well. And when I update the level of advancement, or maybe I change the due date, once he refreshes his map, his task in his map will update with the level of advancement or whatever changes that I've made. So those are really great questions. Okay, so it looks like we have a couple of other questions as far as what's coming down the pike for Mac users. There is quite a bit that is relevant for the Mac version, similar to what you're seeing here today, and there is, I'm sure, in the not-too-distant future, more information on what's coming down for Mac. We have about a minute left, and we have a question about calendar views. And we can have a separate dashboard specifically for Outlook. So, Wayne, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we can take a look at that template over there on the File tab and maybe show folks the Outlook dashboard. This is a great way, under the heading of new for the templates, the great way, especially if you're getting used to Mind Manager, if you're a trial user or perhaps if you just purchased the product and your team is getting used to it, you can literally come into this Outlook dashboard and you can either right-click to refresh or hit F5. And when you do that, it will automatically update this dashboard with all of the items that you see here. Now, when Wayne was creating the examples earlier for a new Outlook query, you can make your own and attach those here as well and refresh throughout the day so that you're not missing anything. Excellent. See, it's already loading everything you need for your day, and you can reference this map while you're working on another one. Just come back to refresh so that you're not missing any of your appointments. Well, it looks like we've about reached our 15-minute mark. These coffee break webinars are meant to not fully impact your day, but let you take something away immediately. So, Wayne, thank you very much for presenting. You can attend these as often as you'd like for you audience participants, and we'll have a recorded session available to all that registered, and we'll get that out to you within the next 24 to 48 hours. Thanks very much for joining us today. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.